Since 1990, the forecast accuracy of hurricane tracks has improved about 50%. But in the same time, intensity forecasts have improved very little. But that could be about to change. Now with CYGNSS, the Cyclone Global Navigation Satellite System. 8 very small satellites will take accurate measurements of ocean surface winds in and near the eyes of storms during the entire life cycle of tropical systems. And instead of sitting atop a rocket on the ground, CYGNSS launched from the belly of an L-1011 airplane on a Pegasus rocket.
Drop on my mark. 3, 2,
1. Go for release. And drop. Pegasus is away, helping hurricane forecasters understand and predict the intensity of hurricanes.
It's a very compact, super efficient system, deploying all 8 satellites from a single launch vehicle. For decades, we've counted on the hard work and commitment of the NOAA and Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters to fly mission after mission directly into storms to gather data. Now, CYGNSS will add a new source of forecast-improving, potentially life-saving data. Dr. Chris Ruf from the University of Michigan Space Physics Research Lab is excited about the possibilities.
A good example of what CYGNSS can potentially do for hurricane forecasting in the future is by looking back at what happened with Hurricane Sandy. And because it was heading towards a major population center, and also because it was so close to the U.S., there was an unusually large number of hurricane hunter airplanes that were flown over. And our forecast for both the strength of the hurricane and where it made landfall and what the swell was, which is actually the biggest source of damage with hurricanes, all of those things were extremely well forecast. CYGNSS, the type of measurements it makes are very, very similar to the measurements made by these hurricane hunter airplanes. It makes measurements cutting through the hurricane very often. Having CYGNSS on orbit will be like having a fleet of hurricane hunter airplanes distributed everywhere in the tropics. We're hoping to get the type of improvement in forecast skill that we got with Sandy, except we'll get it everywhere.
This system will be the first of its kind to actually be able to look into the middle of hurricanes and predict how strong they'll be when they make landfall. With this year's launch of the new GOES-R satellite, now in orbit as GOES-16, and the 8 CYGNSS birds in formation 316 miles up, we have the best tools we've ever had for weather prediction, watching over us from space. For WeatherNation, I'm John Van Pelt.